So here we go, live, every possible result. How do you describe this test match? It has been an absolute classic. Make no mistake, India ahead. 100% India ahead, but England will believe that the 2019 miracle is still very possible. Ben Stokes, Jack Leach, we were talking about it in the press box. Chances, only once have any team crossed 370, and that is Sir Donald Bradman's Invincibles in 1948. After that, 362. 350 required on the last day. The Jasprit Bumrah magic is certainly on the cards. The camera is shaking because of the wind. It's still very, very windy. Should we go that side?
Yes, we should.
Because otherwise, Gargi's camera and phone might just decide to ditch her. And she'll start crying because the phone might just conk off.
Of course,
and
I will cry if that happens.
It'll be very, very problematic for our lives also. Because she's not simply my co-anchor and host and whatever you want to call it, but also my technical genie. So we don't want that to get impacted. Having said that, absolute classic. Zach Crawley did not even wait for the umpire to call stumps. He just walked off because he did not want to face another over of Jasprit Bumrah. Jasprit Bumrah had already started to ask questions of Ben Duckett. Ravindra Jadeja in that one over. India wasn't bad. The 6 overs have gone. So now the lacquer will start to come off. And tomorrow morning you can expect, in difficult overhead conditions, the ball to move. This match is classically set up.
Absolutely. And it's been 4 days since we've been watching this test match, since this test match has been going on. And at no point could you tell, oh, this team is dominating, India is dominating, or England is dominating.
No, India certainly dominated.
No, there were sessions where India definitely dominated, especially with the bat. But you could still not tell who's winning this test match.
No.
Usually you start to get an idea from day 3. It's the moving day. You start to realize, okay, this team now seems more in control than the other one. But in this test match, that has failed to happen because constantly you're seeing the tensions go back and forth. And I think that's the beauty of test cricket and the beauty of this match. But Rishabh Pant and KL Rahul, domination.
It's been one of those fantastic test matches. Swapnil, is the broadcast okay? Can you just write to us that the broadcast is okay?
What's going on? Why is it?
I can't understand.
That's your internet.
It's mine, right?
What is everyone saying?
No. Swapnil, just... Yes, okay.
Yes, okay.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Yes.
People, let's... Who's saying England's winning? England is winning, what beauty? Who the hell says England's winning? One second. You clearly don't understand jack of cricket, okay? What do you mean, what not beauty? This is an absolute classic test match. 371 chase in the 4th innings. What tells you that it is not a beauty? 2 teams have gotten 450 plus in the first. The second team, India has got 350 in the second. Match has been set up. All results possible. 350 on the last day. The bowling team has, of course, more chances of winning. Indentations on that track, and you're telling me England winning, what beauty? Such kind of daft questions don't make a live. Ask some sensible questions if you want to engage. How poor was the shot Prasidh Krishna played? Ravindra Jadeja is getting you another 15-20 runs at the other end. There was no need for that hoik. That was the last ball of the over, by the way.
Again, it's the same thing. When you compare the England tail versus the Indian tail, there's a huge difference. The difference is of night and day because the England tail comes and gets you those important, frustrating runs from the very end. And that is something that has never happened with the Indian team. Now, in the last innings as well, we saw that lower order crumble from the Indian team, and it happened again, time and time again. It's happening. What happens? Tell me what happens when the top 4 don't perform. Not every single test match will you get back-to-back centuries. Will you get 4 centurions now?
5
centurions now. Will you get 5 centuries?
But I don't think Shardul will play the next game. I think Nitish Kumar Reddy will play, so they will bolster the batting. So Nitish Reddy will... Because look, that Shardul Thakur shot wasn't the best. I mean, outside off, flash gone. And thereafter, Bumrah, Siraj, and of course, that was unfortunate. Karun Nair, I can still understand. But Shardul Thakur and the rest of the boys. So that is why I think Nitish Kumar Reddy will certainly come in to bolster the batting. It cannot be that numbers 7, 8, 9 and 10 don't contribute. And that is what has happened in both innings of this test match. India will need better. And that's why I think one has to see if Shardul Thakur is able to make a contribution with the ball. If he's not making a contribution with the ball on the final day, I don't see Shardul Thakur playing in the next test match. It will be Nitish Reddy, who has batted outstandingly in Australia, is a better batter than Shardul Thakur. And if Shardul Thakur is bowling 6 overs, then Nitish Reddy can do that. It's not as if Shardul Thakur is giving you 12, 13, 14 overs, what was originally expected. If that is not the case, then I see Nitish Reddy making an in Birmingham. So I think the batting will be addressed in that manner. As far as the bowlers, you are criticizing Mohammad Siraj here for whatever reason. I don't kind of get it. I thought Mohammad Siraj in the couple of overs that he bowled had a decent line, except that second over, that loose ball, that last one where Zach Crawley slapped him over third man. That was a bad ball. But other than that, the first over was on the money. That's what India needs. India needs discipline.
Absolutely.
India needs to, and I've been saying this. England has consistently thrown up unlikely bowling heroes. Chetan Sharma, Madan Lal in the 1980s. Last time round, if you take a look, you will see that these bowlers have delivered. I see no reason why a Prasidh Krishna or a Mohammad Siraj will not put their hand up.
Not at all. And if you look at the last innings, Prasidh Krishna and Siraj actually bowled quite a lot of deliveries that were absolutely brilliant. They got wickets as well in that second spell. So when you really look at it, it's about discipline. It's about finding the right areas, the right line and length. That's where Prasidh Krishna and Mohammad Siraj are faltering. While you have a Jasprit Bumrah who will consistently bowl great line and length, will find those areas. You have a Prasidh Krishna and a Mohammad Siraj that are very, very inconsistent. And that is something you do not need at this point. But
people are asking us to give information about the pitch.
Information.
So whatever we gathered from speaking to multiple people between Gargi and I, people who had access to the pitch from broadcast, there are not too many indentations, is what we were told. There are indentations, but not as many as you would want on day 4, day 5. So that's one thing that you keep in mind, which is why you would need a few extra runs. 370, 75 is what we were talking about, maybe even close to 400. So that's one. Having said that, they also confirmed to us that there are footmarks. There are footmarks, and those footmarks and rough can be exploited by somebody like Ravindra Jadeja. So yes, the heavy roller, yes, the lacquer of the ball, the first 6-7 overs, but there will be up and down bounce, and Prasidh Krishna hit the deck, or even Jasprit Bumrah. We've seen a couple of balls rear up and go of Ben Stokes, of Chris Woakes. There will be some assistance for India for sure. Maybe not as much as you expect on day 5, but there is enough in that track. New Duke's ball, cloudy overhead conditions, it will not be bright and sunny. India should have a chance.
India will have a chance. I mean, you can tell how much, what a nightmare Jasprit Bumrah was giving by the urgency that Jack Crawley had to get off the field. You can tell just by that how much trouble the English batters were having playing Jasprit Bumrah. Now imagine that tomorrow. We're talking about huge winds, and look at that plane, by the way. That's crosswinds and they have to land sideways. So the wind is pretty bad. The wind has been bad throughout the day, and tomorrow it's going to get worse. Tomorrow there's also rain prediction. I was just checking the app this afternoon, and when I looked at it, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. there's 60% chance of heavy rain.
Tomorrow?
Yes.
Let's check it. I was checking, it was not showing that much. Okay, let's see for Tuesday. So here we go.
Look at that.
So from 80% chance of rain at 10 a.m., 70% chance of rain at 11, 70% chance of rain at 12, 60% chance of rain at 1, and again 2 o'clock, 60% chance of rain. 6 o'clock, 70%. Oh,
it's bad.
So it's not a good weather day for sure. And Gargi was right. She was absolutely correct when she said that 10 o'clock onwards, there is cloud cover and chance of precipitation. Plus, it's cold and windy. So this is fascinating. If it's heavy, like it is being seen here, chance of rain 70%. Yes, it has not rained that much. Yesterday evening, there was solid rain. If that happens, batting conditions will be very difficult. And if India tries to bowl good areas and gets them on, on song, line, length, application, push, real attack, slip fielders not dropping catches, Jasprit Bumrah, Mohammad Siraj, Prasidh Krishna, these kind of conditions, India is certainly going to be the favorites going in.
Absolutely, that's what I was saying. That's the exact point that
This
I
is
was
a very
making,
good
that-
one. I was checking a different app and a wrong one
Yes,
perhaps.
this is the Leeds Met app.
Yeah.
So it's going to be more accurate because that's the app that I've been following for the past 4 days, and it's been pretty accurate. So when you really look at it, if you thought today was bad, tomorrow is going to get worse when it comes to the weather. Throughout the day, there have been about if we talk about continuous sunlight, I don't think the sun has been out for more than a minute or two at a stretch. At a stretch, the sun has not been out for a minute or two. So that's how bad it is. Maybe a maximum of 5 minutes that the sun has been out, but more than that, nope. It's been overcast throughout the day. You can see the clouds
So
behind us as well.
70% chance of precipitation from 7 a.m. onwards.
Yes.
Even 9 o'clock, it's 80%. 9 o'clock, 80%.
But this is
Cloudy.
thunder shower.
This is cloudy. So
No, this is cloudy. This is
no, so
proper
this
shower.
is yeah. So this is all. There's no sun
Yes.
at all.
Yes.
Here, if you see, it's different.
cloudy.
So 10 o'clock to close to 4. So it's overcast and dark.
Yep.
So it's going to be one heck of a day. If you really ask, I mean, these kind of weather conditions now, this is the kind of weather you will get. See, within 10 minutes, we started the live with sunshine, and it has gotten really dark again. Really dark. You reckon India would have wanted a few more, or India would be
Few more what runs?
or India would be satisfied 370? I think India would be satisfied with 370.
I think they would be satisfied, but more runs do not hurt.
Yeah,
They-
but
if the
no, but on the other hand, Gargi, you would have wanted England out there. You
Yes,
would have
true,
wanted England
true,
out there for
true.
some time to bat.
and you got a wicket.
You got 6 overs, so you tried it out. You would have tried for a wicket in any case.
Yeah.
So the 370, I
want
think,
a
was a
wicket.
good enough.
Yeah.
I think is a good enough.
If England were out there for maybe 4 or 5 overs more, we could have seen a wicket coming.
Yeah, but that's the point. I mean,
Yeah.
India did not want it. So India would have wanted Jasprit Bumrah fresh for tomorrow morning. They would have wanted maybe 2 more overs from Bumrah. They gave Bumrah 3 overs. England did not even want to take a chance. India went to Jadeja. India went to Jadeja to make sure that he finishes the over in 2. You could see Ben Duckett wasting time. Jasprit Bumrah was irritated, much like Sam Constas in Australia. Jasprit Bumrah was irritated. He was gesticulating like this to the umpire. He was speaking to the umpire on the way back. You could see the moment Ben Duckett got hit, and he took about a minute and a half just to kill time. So all of these kind of little things
And
was
those
going
are
on.
long minutes for Ravindra Jadeja because he can bundle up half an hour
In 1 minute.
Yeah, exactly. So you could have maybe seen another over, one extra over. Anything can happen at this
Yes,
point. In
and
1 over, anything can happen.
Of course, because Jasprit Bumrah with the ball that will gradually, I mean, the Duke's ball first 7-8 overs, you go and ask any expert, that is when the ball doesn't do much, and then it starts to do, then it
Yes.
starts to shape, then it starts to move. And Jasprit Bumrah was keen. You could sense the Indians were keen and trying to really push the pedal. England did not want to play another over. 350, rain day, weather, draw. India,
I think
England.
It is like draw could be likely considering the weather. If there's too much rain,
Yeah, I mean, if there's one session
Yeah.
washed out or something like that,
then what else? What other option do you have?
see, if it's a 60 over day, if it's a 60, 70 over day, I don't see 350
No,
getting
no,
scored.
absolutely
So
not.
5 and over for the whole day in
Nah.
conditions like this doesn't get scored. Trisha is saying she can't comprehend what Josh Tongue is saying in the press conference. Must be the accent.
Yeah.
Must be the drawl. And if you're coming to this country for the first time and to this part of the world, it's always the U. So rubbish is rubbish. And you find it very, very difficult to comprehend the accent. So Trisha, I'm not surprised. But come.
Sympathize.
Yes, let's sympathize. But folks, before anything, on behalf of Gargi, myself, the entire Rev Sports team, we've just heard that Dilip Doshi, one of India's legendary spinners, has passed away. Condolences to his family. Sincere condolences and it's personal, because Dilip Da actually loved me a lot. 7 days back, if you watch our broadcasts, on the 14th of June, yes, on the 14th of June, which is exactly 8 days, Dilip Doshi was on our show. That was the last interview that he did with Debashish Sen and myself. We had finished, we were doing the show from outside Lords, the World Test Championship final. and Dilip Da was crossing the road. He saw me, he said, Boria, and he came and joined our show, and we did a full show. He died of cardiac arrest. He was 77. Think of the Melbourne Test match of 1981, one of India's better left-arm spinners, an absolute legend of the game. Condolences to Dilip Doshi and his family on behalf of all of us at Rev Sports. KL Rahul, Rishabh Pant. Talk to me. I mean, those two innings, the difficulty, everything, and how they set it up.
This is the most difficult conditions that you could have gotten for batting, especially today. Starting off, Shubman Gill did not even stand a chance today. He got out and got in. Got in and got out. So he didn't really have enough time to settle in or whatever. By the time he started to understand what the ball was doing, he was already out. And then Rishabh Pant came in. Now he's the vice captain of the team. This is not the Rishabh Pant that you saw in Australia. This time around, he knows what's at stake. He knows the responsibility that he has. And more importantly, he realizes the price that his wicket holds. And you saw that it was evident in his batting. It was evident in what we saw on the telly. It was evident in what we heard on the stump mic. He was, when he tried those outrageous shots, those audacious shots, he was constantly talking to himself, saying, play with a straight bat, don't try that. Play with a straight bat, show the face of your bat. This is what he was constantly saying. He was telling himself, don't try that, what are you doing? So this is the seriousness with which Rishabh Pant has batted, and it showed throughout the innings. And every single person in that press box, in that crowd as well, even the English crowd appreciated that 100 so much, and back to back in 2 innings, something an Indian wicket-keeping batter has never ever done. I mean, that is incredible. And then you see a KL Rahul on the other end, such sensible batting. I don't think we've seen KL Rahul this self-assured or with this much belief and confidence in himself. Yes, he got beat. Yes, he was looking ugly out there. He was grinding, but at no point did you think that KL Rahul is showing weakness. That was not the point. And even that wicket of his, that inside edge, that was his own fault. And you can't really say that the bowlers got him out.
I don't think anyone got him out except himself.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so there's no debate on that. But you are right in the sense that it was classic batsmanship.
Yeah.
The best thing about it was the temperament, that you don't give up.
Yes.
You kept going, took the match in control. After Shubman Gill got out, had there been one wicket, either Rishabh Pant, and you've seen Karun Nair still not really stable, Rishabh Pant or KL Rahul, India could have been in serious trouble. You could have been looking at a 250 score.
Yeah.
Or something around a 225 score. And then all of us would be saying, oh, you know what, this is England. England has all the aces, but those 200s all of a sudden made sure it's a 370 target. And 370 target in any pitch, in any part of the world. Yes, a lot of people will tell me Birmingham 2022, Johnny Bairstow, and England chased down 377 against India. Not going to be the same. It is not going to be the same. 377 chase happens once in a lifetime. Yes, England can certainly do that. But for that, India will have to bowl really badly. They will have to drop catches. Plus, there is rain interruption. Plus, there is a lot of weather around. There is a lot of issues going around, heavy. All of that will have to go against India. I don't see India really messing this up.
Yeah.
Until and unless that happens, I don't see India losing. They can even start bowling a negative line. They can start bowling a negative line. 350 on the last day is good enough runs to come and start bowling that leg stump line into the body. This is test match cricket. You can't call it a wide, and India can try all of that. They can try the short stuff. They can try bowling into the body. But in heavy conditions like this morning session, 5 over old, 6 over old new ball, you have the new cherry. It will be 25 overs of hell for England if India bowls well.
100%. I mean, I can't imagine being a batter and having a Jasprit Bumrah run in with these conditions with a new ball. I just can't imagine. Should we go to the comment section and check out? Yeah, that's getting pretty heavy as well.
Yeah, I mean, Qatar has closed its airspace, and it's getting very, very worrisome as far as the global tensions are concerned. This is seriously problematic. That was it?
Yeah.
Okay, so here you go.
All right. What do the people want to know? Oh, lots of questions here. Saikat Sanyal is saying Karun Nair and Shardul got an awesome chance to prove themselves, but just a horrible performance. In the bowling department, Bumrah is fighting lonely, not getting any support.
Yeah, we know that, but at the same time, I do think Mohammad Siraj and Prasidh Krishna will step up tomorrow. You know, you've got to treat this as an opportunity. You've got to treat this as a huge opportunity to come and make a difference for your team and your country. And there is absolutely no reason for you not to step up. Forget what happened in the first innings. It's not relevant anymore. Your batters have given you a 370 target. Just go and make it difficult for England and get the job done. It's day 5. It's not day 2 that the conditions will be the same. Yes, it's a good wicket, but there's still going to be assistance. There will be footmarks. There will be indentations. There is a new ball in your hand. The conditions are in favor of you. It is not bright and sunny like day 2. In every sense, the bowling team will have the advantage. So forget about what happened in the first innings.
Absolutely. Okay, Advik Chaudhary is saying, been following from many series, but seeing you in person yesterday morning while reporting was nice. Wanted to talk, but did not want to disturb the live. Hats off to your effort and keep growing.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Chetan bhai.
Take off the mic. Okay, I'll take the questions here, but I won't get too close to the screen because that's just awkward for all of us. Okay, let's go. Let's go to the very top and then check. Oh, that's a lot of comments. I'll start from the bottom now. Indian bowling doesn't seem that good to take 10 wickets, missing a good swing bowler like Bouvier. But also remember, Nikhil, Prasidh Krishna and Siraj were showing glimpses of brilliance, and if they continue to do that, and maybe it could happen. See, the second innings was an improvement from the first innings. What if in this one you actually see Prasidh Krishna and Mohammad Siraj bowling the right lines and troubling them? Also understand that the weather today, and I'll show you guys the weather today. This is what the skies looked like in the entire time the match was on. Only a few minutes of sunshine here and there, but apart from that, it was absolutely treacherous conditions. The wind was so piercing, still is piercing. As you can tell, our tripods flew off, the barricades flew off, everything was happening. But if you thought today was bad, it's going to get worse tomorrow, because from the very beginning of the day, there are chances of rain, and it's going to get especially bad from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. So in that conditions, you might see a lot of interruption. You might also see maybe 1 or 2 good sessions, that's all. But there will be stop and start.
That was Chetan Sharma again. Everybody is asking about Dilip Doshi. He was asking me, when was that photograph taken?
Yes.
I said 7 days back. He said, kya bol rahe ho? Was he okay? He was absolutely fine. In fact, we planned to have dinner in London. We planned to work together at Lord's. He said, if you're coming, I said, obviously. He said, I'm there till 5th of August. Let me know if your team wants to do something with me. We will work together. And today he's no more. I mean, this is very, very fickle. This is very, very fickle. Yes, Kardi, go on.
Yes, I was just checking the comments. All right. Give me a second to go to the bottom. Yeah, someone was saying that they don't see India taking 10 wickets, but I was explaining to them how tomorrow's conditions are worse than today.
I need to know, why are you saying India will not be able to take 10 wickets? Who has said this? India has scored 475, England 471. India again scored 350. The batting has delivered. What makes you think the bowlers will not deliver in the second innings? The batting did not deliver in Australia. The batting did deliver here. So what makes you think the bowlers can't?
Exactly. And the second innings was an improvement from the first one. What if in the third innings they get it right?
I mean, what tells you that the bowlers will not deliver? What is this negativity coming from? Where is this negativity coming from? I don't get this. I actually don't get this. You know, this is a bit funny. This is a bit funny as to say 370 is a massive ask. Plus, as Gargi very rightly pointed out, I thought there was no rain. There is rain. 70-80% chance of precipitation means there will be interruptions. And if it's a stop-start day, it is not easy for the batting team at all.
Not at all.
You know, covers coming on, going away, moisture, heavy conditions, overhead conditions, stop-start. It is absolutely not easy for the batting team.
It will be a nightmare for the batters. And in those conditions, wickets come, my friend. Okay, Devdeep Sarkar is saying Karun Nair needs time. Seems low on confidence, and NKR, Nitish Kumar Reddy and Arshdeep in place of Prasidh.
I don't see this Prasidh being replaced. I do see Shardul. I do see Shardul being replaced until and unless Shardul really
balls.
makes an impact with the ball tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because Nitish Kumar Reddy is a better batter than Shardul Thakur, and 7, 8, 9, 10 aren't contributing. So India will clearly want to make that change. It was always a tricky one between Shardul and Nitish. And if 100 overs are bowled and Shardul Thakur only bowls 6 overs out of the 100, then there is absolutely no reason why Nitish Reddy would not bowl those 6 overs. Because Nitish Reddy too was doing a lot of bowling at the nets, and he can easily come and give people a respite and bowl those 6 overs like Shardul Thakur did. So if you ask me, I do see a Nitish Reddy playing in Birmingham and as a better batter. He was extremely good in Australia. I do see that change. Prasidh Krishna, I don't see Prasidh Krishna being replaced. One has to wait. Arshdeep Singh will play when Jasprit Bumrah is not going to play. So that's when I do see Arshdeep Singh coming into the mix. But to make radical changes after one test match, and by the way, the most critical day of the test match is still not played. So let's see what happens tomorrow, and then we can talk about the changes.
Okay, Asim Hans is asking, India.
India. आप बताइए कल इंडिया जीतेगा ना?
इंडिया अल्लाह करे माँ हमारी ने करे ना
आपका दुआ कल लग जाएगा. कल इंडिया जीतेगा एकदम.
હું તો કાઠિયાવાડી છે મેરા નહીં છે પોરબંદરની
हाँ, ओके.
પણ હું એ કહા કે મારી પબ્લિક આવી તો જીતે જ જાવી જોઈએ માં બસ એટલું
ठीक रहिएगा. All the best.
The devotion for cricket.
Fantastic. Absolutely. An elderly lady, she was from Kathiawar, praying for India. She saw us and she was like, are you? That's the team bus, by the way.
Yep.
That's the Indian team bus. In fact, look at that. That was the security. That's the Indian team bus leaving, folks. You can see that. Look at that. That's the Indian team bus for you. It's all black, so you can't see the players, but that's the team bus just leaving.
You can only
the
look at
Headingley cricket
look
ground.
at the tint, that's all.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay, Asim Hans, what do you attribute our lower order batting collapses to? Is our lower batting order weak, or are the English bowlers just too good?
No, Jasprit Bumrah, Mohammad Siraj and Prasidh Krishna were never better batters or great batters or even...
No, that was probably the English team.
No,
bus.
this was India. I think that's the English team bus.
Because it
That's England.
cheers.
See, it's written. You can
Oh,
see
right,
from
right.
because it's local fans. So, Jasprit Bumrah, Prasidh Krishna and Mohammad Siraj were never great batters. Shardul Thakur has made serious contributions in the past, and that is why he was included. That is exactly why he was included for late order runs. Did not have a good test match, and that is why we are saying Nitish Kumar Reddy might replace Shardul Thakur in the next game.
Yes, okay. Lots of questions on the lower order. There seems to be a lot of concern when it comes to that.
Which is very logical.
Absolutely.
Because first
that
innings,
is valid.
the 7, 8, 9, 10 did not score. And I thought Prasidh Krishna's shot was not on.
Not
that was the last ball of Shoaib Bashir's over. Ravindra Jadeja had scored a 6 and a 4 of Josh Tongue, was batting well, had gotten 25. He could have easily added another 10, 15 more runs. All of a sudden, that last ball, you blocked everything and you try that hoik. That was not needed. Prasidh Krishna just needed to block that and give it to Ravindra Jadeja. And if Ravindra Jadeja got out, I understand trying to hit. But that Prasidh Krishna shot was not on. That was kind of irresponsible from Prasidh Krishna.
Okay. Why did India not try Shardul Thakur instead of Siraj today by the end of day 4?
No, you don't. Because you've given Siraj a couple of overs. He's your premier bowler. You've given Jasprit Bumrah 3. You tried Ravindra Jadeja because you wanted Jasprit Bumrah to bowl one more. And that's why you went with Mohammad Siraj. Sorry, you went with Ravindra Jadeja because he'll quickly finish a 1 over and Jasprit will get it. But England was wasting time. England was clearly play acting, wasting time, doing everything to make sure that another over wasn't bowled. And that was well planned by England. Bumrah was frustrated. He wanted to put in one more. But doesn't matter. Tomorrow morning, India will come fresh.
Okay, final couple of questions.
Yep.
Okay, Tanmay Saha in Birmingham, play NKR at 6 in place of Karun Nair and play Kuldeep in place of Shardul.
Possible, very possible, because NKR is as good a batter as anybody, and he has shown that in Australia. So batter for batter, and if you're only bowling Shardul Thakur 6 overs, then why not Kuldeep, who has a dour defensive technique? So this is a good call, and you get Kuldeep Yadav because he will be assisting Jasprit Bumrah for wicket-taking options. So NKR at number 6 and Kuldeep Yadav, 2 changes possible, but all of that will depend on what happens tomorrow. All of that will depend on if India is able to clinch the victory tomorrow, or if India loses. All of this will depend on that. So let's not jump the gun. Let us focus on a massive day of Test cricket tomorrow, and then we can answer these questions.
Absolutely. And finally, a lot of people still asking for weather predictions for tomorrow. There is a lot of rain involved. Heavy rains predicted from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and throughout the day.
Is it heavy rain or drizzle?
Heavy rain.
Heavy rain.
Yes.
Aapne check kiya tha?
That's what the black clouds mean. because for the rest of the day you've got the sun peeking out behind the clouds, so that means it's going to be like this. It's going to be very cloudy, but then I also
Between 10 and
1
4 o'clock.
1 p.m.
No, almost 10 to check this. Because I think that black clouds one is what you said.
10
I
to
think
1.
Continuing for quite a bit.
Where did it go? It's gone.
Check it.
Leeds Met Department. Yes.
So here we go. This is Tuesday, right?
Yes, this is Tuesday.
So this starts here 10 o'clock and it continues after this right up to 4 o'clock.
Right up to 4 o'clock. So you've got quite a lot of rain predicted. We can actually go down and check what these symbols mean. No, they are nothing of that sort. What does this mean? Weather symbols, yes. So tell us what the weather symbols mean. What do you think? Or
Okay, so
I'm gonna try to figure
let
out.
Gargi try being the detective as far as the weather is concerned. But yes, from what we are seeing, and the Leeds Met Department is the local Met Department, not the overall. They should get the prediction right, and they are fairly accurate. From 10 a.m. in the morning, we will be here 9 a.m., start our live broadcast. So from 10 a.m. in the morning, it's expected to be rainy. And it will continue till about 1. So the first session, all rain. And if there is rain, the match is curtailed. There could be a draw because England will just want to bat it out then. If there is about 60 overs, 65 overs bowled, then this match could well end in a draw. India will come hard because India will know that they can go flat out. England can't win. 350 runs don't get scored in about 60, 65 overs if there are rain interruptions. So India will have the opportunity to come flat out. Jasprit Bumrah about 15 odd overs in the day. Mohammad Siraj another 15 odd overs. So you will have the opportunity to go absolute flat out using the weather breaks, using the heavy low clouds, the moisture around. All of these things should help you. But did you find out any?
No, but at the same time, I was looking at the visibility. So when the chances of rain go up, the visibility also obviously goes down. From that, I can gauge that it's going to be heavy rain. The clouds are going to be heavy.
So that's
because
what
I also overheard Ravi Shastri and the others discussing that it was predicted to be heavy rain tomorrow. So
if it's rainy, then I would say the percentage chance of draw increases.
yes.
Then it's a different ball game altogether. But all possibilities. Let's end the show. Okay, let's end the show here.
Yeah.
I would say if there is no real rain break or anything like that, I would say it's India. If there is rain break, I'd say it's a draw. I'm giving England very less chance of winning this one with weather interruptions predicted. Gargi, your thoughts?
Oh, look at this.
What happened?
So, who came out for the press conference? Is this? Oh, yes. 1 second, because he oh, no. Sorry. I thought that was the press conference quote, which I was just looking at. KL Rahul is out at the
What did he
press
say?
conference.
Okay,
That's what I'm checking.
Let me quickly say. Learn from the mistakes in Australia. There was a little bit of discussion how much we need, whether we give them a few overs to bat, pick up a few wickets. Ideally, we would have wanted about 40 runs more. See 400. Yeah. We were talking about 400. Definitely going to be a result. That's what England have said openly, and it gives us an opportunity to pick 10 wickets. Today was a tricky wicket. Tomorrow, it might break even more. We'll give ourselves the best chance to pick up the 10 wickets. You just stand there and admire Rishabh Pant. So he is saying this was a tricky wicket. KL Rahul in the press conference, it was a tricky wicket. It might break even more. We'll give ourselves the best chance to pick the 10 wickets. We will do a special on Rishabh Pant at 12 noon tomorrow for you folks. And then Gargi Raut and I will join you once again from the Headingley Cricket Ground, rain or no rain. We will be there sharp 9 a.m. our time, which is 1:30, 2 o'clock yours, 2 o'clock yours, building up 9:30 here, 2 o'clock yours, building up to what has been an absolute cracking test match. The final day. Can India script a Leeds miracle? Can England do what they did in 2019? Or will the weather gods have the final laugh and it'll be all Stevens going into the second test match in Birmingham? Rahul seems to say there will be a result. There will be a result. Has he followed the weather patterns? We don't know. But as we said, all results are possible. You have the last word.
Oh, it's going to be an interesting last day of the test. We don't know if it's the last day.
It is the last day.
It is the last.
Yeah.
But
even if one ball's bowled. No, even if one, so it will happen.
Reserve?
No. if one ball is bowled, no reserve day and no reserve.
Okay, okay. So if the entire day gets washed
Only
out,
then, but that
only
also I
then.
was told that they had not kept a reserve day. So tomorrow is the last day either way.
Tomorrow is the last day. So quite an interesting final day coming up. The Indian bowlers, everyone except Jasprit Bumrah, have their work cut out for them. They will have to be very disciplined. They will have to find the right areas to bowl. They will get plenty of help from the weather gods, but ultimately it is on them to pick the wickets.
Thank you very much, folks, for watching. Back soon.